You go, you need it?
Yeah.
You got a mic? Alright.
I was saying, visually, the crowd. No, the camera shouldn't have any audio coming through.
I don't think we have it down.
You have to do it through there. And the only way is to re-pull it in. So, you know how you go out and then you add the camera? And go back to import, or not import, but add a camera source or video source.
Next game features the Tuttle Tigers and your Bethany Broncos. What's the next second match for all Broncos fans? It's homecoming. Please welcome on the field Bethany's own marching band. The band is under the direction of Stephen Chip, drum major Miller McClellan. Bethany Public Schools asks that you please stand and remove your hats to the honor our flag with the performance of the Stars Spangled Banner. Shane Jamison King of Bethany Automotors.
Because they really need to be able to stretch the field with a vertical passing game in order to continue to capitalize on that run game that they're establishing. And Wyatt Geisler, our homecoming team, as a matter of fact, we have a wire team. Player that we're looking for to be plays on both sides of the ball. And this country. And hoping that continues tonight. Also, Charlie Tuttle. Apologies to Charlie Cody, who mispronouncing his name all of last week, so we'll make sure that we pronounce that correctly. Fun fact about him that we just learned earlier is over the Patriots and the Boston Red Sox. So pretty neat thing right there. We've got some professional athletes.
Pretty good deal. I'd like to apologize as well to we have it right this week.
We're going to get it. We're going to get it. We're going to all the time. Down the pipe here in about 7 minutes or so. We'll go ahead and take a quick break just to look at some of our sponsors here. And come back to you with more Bethany Broncos football here on Dude, what is your name? Keegan. Keegan. Let's do that.
Tuttle's got some big boys, I will say that.
Pre-match game, referee Reggie Redwine, umpire Kyle Carnes, head linesman Devin Simpson, line judge Francis Moak, and back judge Nick Hart. Representing the Tigers tonight in midfield, number 14 Luke Falwell, number 65 Camden White, number 76 Carter Gray, and number 89, Brandon Baker. Representing the Broncos, number 7, Justin Gillen. Number 9, Brown. Number 21, White Gensler. And number 88, Charlie Tully. Before the second half. Broncos number 3. program the pioneers for the student participants. This is the first football game that's designed positive learning experiences for the personal growth of our student athletes. This competition is being conducted according to the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association rules. Players, coaches, officials, and spectators can and are expected to assist in promoting good luck to your team.
Technical difficulties. We apologize for that. It's behind. I won't be able to tell. We'll be able to see. Well, we're going to go ahead and pretend like we're working here. So we are live here in Bethany, Oklahoma for at SMU Stadium for Bethany Broncos football for a huge 4A district matchup tonight between the Bethany Broncos and their rival Tuttle Tigers. This is a big rivalry matchup in 4A district between a couple of rivals that it's a bit lopsided in favor of the Tuttle Tigers over the years, with Tuttle taking 14-3-1 record over the Bethany Broncos, 3-1 all time against the Tuttle Tigers. They'll be hoping to add another win tonight as they prepare to take the field. Here are your Bethany Broncos. And we are getting set for kickoff here for Bethany Broncos football against the Tuttle Tigers. Back to return for the Broncos. Well, no one's going to be able to return that. That kick's going to go right into the end zone for a touchback as the Broncos will take over on their own 25. Quarterback Jackson Payne coming out to lead the offense that is mainly predicated, of course, on the all-star Judson Gilliland, as well as guys like Wyatt Geisler, and guys like even Charlie Tolley gets involved on occasion. Mr. Tolley, the defensive end who had a sack last week in the 48-44 loss to Rangers. So that is as they get set first, and he has here from the 25 meters, and he went up to the right, and on the third play,
Number 7, Justin Hill on the carry. Flag on the play.
Yeah, a lot of miscue penalties just
Tackle by number
Bethany
14,
can fix.
Luke
And I
Flowers.
think it's going to be on Bethany just to start the game off with the first run to Gilliland. And I think we're going to see a lot of run game coming
That'll bring
out
up
from Tuttle
second
secondary.
down.
That's absolutely what the offense is predicated on. Run up the middle, or even trying to tackle. Basically, as long as Gilliland is getting the ball, he's getting his play on the snap. That's really what this offense is doing best. And then as soon as he's expected it, he gets Jackson Haynes on the top, or even Gilliland himself has thrown quite a few passes this season. He's got a second and 10 now, Gilliland going out in motion.
Number 7, Justin Hill. Tackle by number 14,
And just a little
Luke
swing route
Flowers.
right there to Gilliland, just to pick up a couple positive
Third
yards.
down.
I thought that the touchback started because that's in the they're going to get further back in. Big third down already here on the first drive. 3rd and 6 for the Broncos as Payne goes to his line to yell out pass protection signals or let them know about changes in the play here. Takes the snap, fakes to Gilliland and throws it out on the flat to Geisler, but it's way over his head, and that's a brutal 3 and out here early for the Broncos, Brennan.
Yeah, kind of a little fake RPO. Try to fake off the handoff and look for something that right at the sticks to get him pick up a first down. But it was just kind of a late release and just kind of floated on him and.
It really did well. Yeah, he saw the pass. I wasn't sure who he was throwing it to. There was so much space in the ball.
Yeah, it was a good look. It was a good read. He was covered. He was trying to get a little two ball to catch right at the boundary, and just kind of floated on him. But as he warms up, he'll complete those passes.
It's not a great punt. Tuttle might have got a piece of it here as it bounces for the Broncos past the 50 into Tuttle territory to about the 46-yard line. So much better field position for the Tigers here as they prepare to take over for their first offensive drive here in this big 4A matchup. Bethany Broncos football coming right back to you here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back on Oklahoma Sports Network to Bethany Broncos football. Tuttle Tigers getting ready for their first offensive play of the game here. And they're going to take a deep shot down the right side to a wide open receiver. That's going to be Zarian Kindell, the senior wide receiver defensive back, with a huge catch from the quarterback, Cruz Campbell. So much better start for the Tigers there on offense than our Broncos, unfortunately.
Yeah, like I said, they're going to attack our secondary, see and test the waters deep early in this game with this big line they have. Pistol set for the Tigers as they get set quickly. It's another pass, and it's through the fingers of the receiver. Great defensive play right there. Recap on the last play. They've got a big offensive line, and I think they're going to be doing that a lot this game, trying to attack the secondary and see if they can get on the top. And that was great pressure by Roy Tolley right there to put some pressure on the quarterback. He was looking for something down the field. He did have a running back kind of swinging out in the flats, but they covered it up well.
Jalen Lane, touchdown Tigers.
Yeah, they're snaking the air that entire possession. Just like they did last week, struggling to fly. They had everything covered up. Tuttle wide receivers to outrun our secondary as far as
Extra players, no goals.
I thought he made the scoreboard operator show it 6-0 on the scoreboard. Tuttle Tigers up with 10:07 left here in the first.
The athletic bowling rules probably. Customers are one. That's probably every meat and service service. Never broken smoke to absolute perfection. The lower chops and sliced pizza. Handmade crust, better, and juicy, and quickly. We're not blowing smoke here. Our family's been perfecting the barbecue for over 80 years. Visit us at our Bethany location, Rockville, near
Sports Network. Philip Rodriguez here with Brennan Rodriguez, Jordan Rodriguez, and my man Keegan on the camera. Forgot your last name, sir, I'll be honest. And so we've got an early Tuttle lead here, 6-0 with 10:07 remaining in the first. Each team is at an offensive possession, and the Tigers definitely made more of theirs, unfortunately for the Bethany home faithful that are here to watch. We've got two returners back there, Malaska as well as Geisler, ready to return this kick as the Tigers prepare to kick off. And Broncos needing to do more on offense than the last drive for sure, Brennan. What do you think they can we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Kickoff is again in the end zone. Tigers kicker has quite a leg on him. That's the second kickoff that he's had, and the second one that's gone right into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, the usual for their kickoffs. So Bethany will take it out on the 20, probably all night.
Need to get used to it. But so, Brennan, what does Bethany need to do to have a little bit more offensive success? We saw very little from them in that first drive.
I think, first of all, starting off without a penalty is what Bethany needs. And I think they need to start this game off by running the ball, letting Gilliland get warmed up, let that offensive line see what front Tuttle is showing, and just warming up to this game.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Broncos once again on their own 20. It's a tight shotgun set, only one wide receiver for Jackson Payne, and he's going to flip it out to Geisler, who's going to follow his blockers, making people miss, and gets into the open field down the right side to the 43-yard line into Tuttle Tigers territory. That's exactly what the Broncos needed, isn't it, Brendan?
Yes, that is exactly what they needed. They went on the outside gap, just kind of a flip swing, and they found a gap in the opening of Tuttle defense, and that is what I think they need to stick with tonight, finding these little gaps, finding the little patches in Tuttle's defense and squirming through the holes.
Felt a little like they were using Tuttle's own medicine against them there with that motion. Now they're going to switch to a 4 wideout set. Gilliland, again, is the running back with Jackson Payne. Payne barking out signals that he's getting from the sideline. Tuttle only rushes 4, but it's a knock to the back of the
Yeah, just trying to put it out there to Gilliland and flash something positive. But the tall defenseman from Tuttle just swatted it down.
He's definitely one of the bigger guys down there, or possibly the leading line. That was Braden Baker, I believe, was one of the captains in the pregame for the Tigers. Second and 10 now. Jackson Payne again back there with his buddy Justin Gilliland. And Gilliland fakes to Gilliland, and then the pass goes over the middle and complete for, I think, a first down to number 22, Barrett Johnson.
Yeah, that is going to move the chains, fortunately. And those are the little pockets that I talked about in Tuttle's defense that Payne can find. And it was a good read, a good little bubble route right there, right in the middle to find something positive.
Seems like we're seeing a lot of zone looks from Tuttle, which we can definitely take advantage of, especially with some sideways motion. I like that. So now we've got Judson Gilliland alone in the backfield here on this play with Jackson Payne out wide to the right at the bottom of your screen. Gilliland will take the ball, squirts up the right side over the 30, deeper into Tuttle Tiger territory. That's a hard word to say. To about the 27 or 26-yard line. Solid run from Gilliland.
Yeah, and I love that Bethany does is sticking with Gilliland in the backfield and letting him just run right after the snap. Even seeing a 6-7 man front, it's hard to stop as a defense.
You just keep hitting them with it until they can stop it, until they can show you they can stop it. But they are going to go ahead and run a 2 running back set here with Malaska back there with Jackson Payne and Gilliland. Payne with a hard count and looking to the sideline for more signals.
Love this pre-snap Peyton Manning kind of stuff that Jackson Payne does. Fakes the hand up to Malaska and then flips it out to Gilliland. He's met immediately with contact and goes down as he's game tackled by a couple Tigers at about the line of scrimmage. So lateral movement still working, but they really snuffed it out on that one.
Yeah, just like you said, a little lateral movement. A missed block by Garrett Johnson kind of forced that tackle on Gillen, but that's going to bring up third down.
And it's a big third down here, but at least we're in Tuttle Tiger territory. I got to stop saying that. That's tough to say. A little bit inside. We're right between the 29 and the 28 with a third and about 5 here. 7:15 and counting on the clock with the Tigers in the lead 6-0 over the Broncos. Jackson Payne is in the backfield alone, but we've got whistle blowing, a play dead. Looks like the Broncos are going to take a timeout, so we'll go ahead and take a little timeout ourselves here. You're watching Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back live here in Bethany, Oklahoma at SNU Stadium for Tuttle Tigers and Bethany Broncos football as the Bethany Broncos go for it on 3rd and 6, and Jackson Payne gets stuffed almost immediately as he tries to take the ball up the middle, and it's looking like it's going to be 4 down territory here for the Broncos. I do not see any kicker coming on right now.
Yeah, they definitely need to go for this. They're in good scoring position, and even if they don't convert, it leaves Tuttle in, not a bad spot for their defense to take over.
6:36 and counting on the clock here with the first quarter counting down. Tigers in the lead, 6-0. Big early 4th down here for the Broncos. Jackson Payne in the shotgun motion. Geisler from the left. Payne's under pressure. He's got an open receiver, and it's caught! First down, Broncos! And that is, I believe,
that was Garrett Johnson.
Garrett Johnson, our man with the missed block, makes up for it there.
Yeah, great misdirection for Bethany to call that right there. It was Garrett Johnson was in the slot and just moved, kind of snuck behind the linebackers and got into the other side. Great play call to pick up the first down.
Huge first down for the Broncos. 6 minutes and counting here in the first quarter, and the Broncos are now sitting pretty with a 1st and 10 on the Tuttle 15. Looking like we're going to have a 3 wide receiver set, and Judson Gilliland is going to be the man in the backfield by himself with quarterback Jackson Payne. Again, bottom of your screen. Motion Geisler from the left. He's going to get the ball. He thought about throwing it, but he tucks it. He's running, makes a man miss, and basically gets back to the line of scrimmage. It looked like it had hope, but it couldn't really go anywhere on that one.
Yeah, and they're staying with the movement in the backfield, trying to keep everything on the outside. Tuttle does a great job of sniffing that out and finding them in the flat area. But I'm curious to see if they find something up the middle here, and something positive.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 12 now, actually a loss of a couple of yards after the run from Wyatt Geisler. 5:35 frozen on the clock since he went out of bounds. Tigers still in the lead 6-0. We've said that already. Ball on the 17 now for the Broncos. Gilliland again is going to be the quarterback with Malaska behind him. Gilliland takes a snap, and he is thinking about throwing it. Oh, and he goes down. That's a sack back at the 25 from the big man on Tuttle. We've already seen him make plays tonight, Cameron McDoulet, and apologies to the family for pronouncing that wrong.
And that was a big play call right there, letting Gilliland RPO that. He was looking like he was trying to find something down the field, something big, a big positive play for somebody that is a running back and a quarterback. That's a little difficult.
They just snuck up and choked him down. A little over 5 minutes and counting here in the first quarter. Ball on the 25 now. So looking at a third and about, 20 for the Broncos here. Jackson Payne in the shotgun with Judson Gilliland out to his right. Payne looking, he's under pressure, heaves it, nearly intercepted. He was throwing the ball away, but the Tuttle defensive back was sneaking that one down. That's number 2, I believe, who's had a touchdown tonight, Zarian Kendall.
Yeah, Tuttle brought the house on that. They blitzed both Will and Sam linebackers, just putting the pressure on Payne, and just a great call on the defense to put pressure on him.
For the uninitiated, man, talking is hard, y'all. For the uninitiated, the Will and Sam linebackers are the outside linebackers.
Excuse me.
Weak and strong side linebackers. Hey, no, that's what we pay you for, Mr. Collinsworth. So it's going to be a field goal attempt here for Bethany. It's a long kick, and it's not going to be good enough there as Jackson Payne tries it out and can't convert that one. So scoreboard stays the same with 4:39 remaining in the first quarter. The Tigers are on top of your Bethany Broncos 6-0. We'll be back with more football here on Oklahoma Sports Network. And we're back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at SNU Stadium for Bethany Broncos football as the Tuttle Tigers take over from the 25. First and 10, and the pass goes to the right and nearly intercepted. Cruz Campbell throwing to his receiver there. That's number 6, and it's nearly intercepted instead by Wyatt Geisler, I believe. It's hard to see through this foggy glass up here, folks. I'm doing my best.
They are staying to that. Tuttle likes that one-on-one on the outside to the far side, and they tried to get him over the top again, but Bethany did a good job sniffing that out.
So it's a good early first down defensive play for your Broncos. Shotgun set, 4 wideouts for Campbell, and they use that motion as they have on most plays here. Completes the pass out to the left, and he's immediately gang tackled by a group of Broncos. And that one, I believe, is going to go for a loss.
That is a loss. Tuttle's quarterback just tried to flip it out. They're still trying to find something downfield, but Bethany is doing a great job at covering those deep crossing routes that Tuttle is trying to confuse us with.
So 4:26 remaining on the 4:20 remaining on the first quarter. Clock counting down here. Campbell in the pistol set for the Tigers on a big-time third down. Throws to his right and nearly incomplete there as C.J. Simon juggles the ball, but he does pull it down for a Tuttle Tigers first down. That'll just break your heart.
Yeah, they're going to stick to him a lot on that one-on-one side. So Bethany's quarter on that side. I can't really see who that is for Bethany, but he's got his work cut out on defense tonight.
It is really difficult to see that purple on black.
Yeah.
We're doing our best here, folks. Campbell hands off right side, picks up about 3 yards and goes down, and a pile of bodies there. That's number 27, Sean Rounceville once again.
Phil, I think we might need to get a fan in here. Whoever's down there on the cooker is creating a lot of smoke.
I'm telling you, man, and it's coming all into us. It smells great, but it's creating some visibility problems. So big second down here, second and about 6. Handoff up the middle for the Tigers, and again, met by a big group of Broncos, and they pull him down immediately. Going to bring up another third down for the Tigers.
Yeah, they tried to do the run 2 times in a row, just trying to create separation in a different offensive calling. But Bethany does a really good job right there at stuffing both runs and bringing up a medium third down.
It is a medium third down, but it is a big one, too. 3 minutes left and counting as Tuttle gets set on a 3rd and 6. From the 35-yard line, actually more like the 36-yard line. Campbell looking to the sideline for signals. Takes the snap. Looking downfield. He has a man open, but he throws to the double-covered receiver, and it's caught. That's once again C.J. Simon making a big third down catch.
Yeah, they had a lot of misdirection right there, confusing. It looked like that was covered up by Brock Cross, just kind of confusing him a little bit, being in the secondary. And he was flushed out to the right, looking downfield. And there was a guy, like you said, open in the middle, but he found that number 5 once again.
So 2:36 remaining in the first quarter. Tuttle gets lined up pretty quick. I don't think I've seen them huddle much tonight. Handoff to Rounceville up the middle. Once again, he breaks free from what looked like a sure tackle for only about a 2-yard gain. Instead, he squirts free, gets about 3 more. It's going to be about a 5-yard gain there from Rounceville Jr. For the Tuttle Tigers, moving them closer into scoring distance here. Pistol set once again. Will Garrett is the fullback back there along with Rounceville Jr. Looking at a 2nd and 6 from the 33 with 2 minutes and counting. Going to be another handoff to Rounceville as he jukes around the right side, making people miss, I think, all the way to a new set of downs.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and keep the ball on the ground because there is a minute and 50 on the clock, and I think they're just going to try and tire out this Bethel defensive line that we have. Bethany.
I was about to say, I didn't know we had Bethany.
No, I get those two confused, unfortunately.
It is hard to concentrate when there's the smell of tasty burgers.
Yep.
Minute 30 remaining in the first quarter. Tigers still up 6-0, looking at a 1st and 10 from the Bethany 28. Campbell dancing around back there, looking to his left, has a receiver, leaping grab, and it's a touchdown. Brady McAdoo catching another big one. No. Wait a minute.
Seth Griner had his ball on that the entire time. That was a jump ball between both of them.
The Tigers are celebrating. The officials are discussing.
But unfortunately, on a jump ball and they come down in the end zone, they usually give it to the offense.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. And it looks like that is.
If you want to talk college, did he have possession? Because they were both fighting for it. Tough call.
Well, I don't see it on the scoreboard yet. Ironically, it says 12-6 Broncos right now on the SNU scoreboard. But that does look like the officials are going to count that as a touchdown. 12-0 Tigers. Here's the extra point, and that one looks like it's good. So it's 13-0 Tuttle Tigers as Og makes the extra point. Bethany needing to climb back in this one badly already. Down 2 scores early here with 1:19 left in the first quarter. You're watching Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back to SNU Stadium here in Bethany, Oklahoma for Bethany Broncos football. Your Broncos are locked in a big-time 4A District 2 matchup against their rivals, the Tuttle Tigers. Tigers, though, have taken a nice little early lead, 13-0 on top of the Bethany Broncos. I think they are 2 for 3 or 2 for 2 on offensive drives.
They are 2 for 2. Although I would say Bethany's defense is showing a lot of push. And I'm very impressed with what they've done in the secondary and adjusting to what Blanchard did last week. I just think we need a little more life in this offense, and I think that's just going to come with adjustments.
So we've got Malaska and Geisler once again as the returners. But once again, that ball's going to go right over their head. 3 for 3, Og on a I hope I'm saying that young man's name right. 3 for 3 on Og on Garrett Og on. Goodness gracious. On kickoffs.
Yeah, we need to talk to him after this game and see if he has any offers, because that's quite a leg for, a little guy. He can kick the ball well.
I could be calling him wrong, too. It shows Diego Olivares is their kicker, but it shows number 25, and I swear their kicker's 23.
I'm not sure. I didn't look at the number, but I think it was 23.
Well, we'll fix that one if we have to, folks. But we've got the Bethany Broncos offense hoping to fix what has been a few lackluster drives, or at least drives that they would have hoped could have gone better. 1:19 left in the first quarter as the Broncos take over 1st and 10 on their own 20, hoping to punch this one in. Jackson Payne, as he does before many plays, calling out signals to his line, moving Gilliland behind him in a pistol formation. Handoff Gilliland, and that Tuttle defensive line is there, swallowing him up. Big tackle coming especially from Luke Falwell there.
Yeah, like I said before, they're going to try and, these first couple plays, keep it on the ground with to start off with a guard tackle pull. They had that Sam linebacker, like I talked about a while ago, just blitz right up the middle, keeping pressure on Bethany.
Yeah, pressure is right. They really brought not only a lot of blitzers, but it seemed like they were stunting in a lot of different directions where the offensive line was not quite confused, but overwhelmed. 2nd and about 13 now, 2nd and 12 from their own 18, 40 seconds and counting down as Jackson Payne pitches it out to Gilliland, and he is eaten alive in the backfield. That's going to be another big loss, another big play for this Tuttle Tigers defense.
Yeah, so the right tackle, 63, Gabe Baxter, is going to check into the game after a missed block by, it looked like number 69, Hutton. That's just something that you need to pick up, and I don't think Coach was too happy about that.
I've got him as Malachi Hutton. They call him Hutton over there?
Yeah.
Fascinating. 10 seconds and counting down. Not sure if the Broncos will get another playoff. We'll probably go ahead and flip the field. Broncos are looking at a 3rd and 20 when we come back from this one. So that's the end of the first quarter. Tuttle Tigers in the lead over your Bethany Broncos, 13-0 here in Bethany, Oklahoma. We'll be back with more football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma, here at SNU Stadium for the Bethany Broncos versus the Tuttle Tigers as we get set to begin the second quarter of play. Broncos down 13-0 and facing a daunting 3rd and 20 after the first couple of plays on this offensive drive have only succeeded in going backwards. How are we going to get some points today, Brendan?
Seems like offense is a little stale right now. Tuttle is bringing the pressure, which is putting a lot of pressure on Payne just in the backfield, which makes it difficult, even on Gillen as well, trying to find something on the ground game. But as you can expect, we might see a little trickery like they did last week early with Gillen. We might see a trick play. That might be the call here.
I think that would be real nice to have Gillen get the ball back there. Maybe even a little trickeration, have Payne take the handoff for the snap, give it to Gillen. He rolls out. Boo! Wyatt Geisler, deep, touchdown. Game. That's all we got to do. That's all we got to do. All right, folks, so here we get set for the second quarter with a big 3rd and 20. Jackson Payne taking the snap, rolling out left under a lot of pressure again. There's Geisler, gets the catch, making people miss. There he is. He's got the first down, and he almost kept going, but he's dragged down by his jersey. Number 22, Adrian Avalar, pulling him down and stopping what was sure to be a touchdown if he didn't.
See, this is Mr. Payne right here warming up. Little roll around to the left, seeing what's open, and he finds the open man, and that is the play that they needed on this offense to roll it down the field and bring the energy back.
That's what you need for a young quarterback, is a positive play to really get him some momentum and get him in rhythm, get him feeling good about the game, especially when you've had as many rough offensive plays as the Broncos have had here in this first half. 11:15 about on the clock, running down here, 13-0. Tigers in the lead. Gilliland in the backfield with Malaska to his right. Takes the handoff, or takes a snap, squirts up the right side, and Gilliland picks up about 4 or 5 yards, making them try to stop him, and if they can't, just keep hitting them with it.
Yeah, as an opposing team, seeing Gillen take it in the backfield, you kind of know that right off the bat it's going to be a run. So with doing that, you've got to be careful with the health of Gillen. He's going to take a lot of big shots tonight with that big Tuttle defense.
But it's got to be demoralizing for a defense when you know what's coming at you and you still can do nothing to stop it. 10:40 and counting on the second quarter. Tuttle nearly jumping off sides there. We've got looking like Malaska might take the snap on this one. Gillen in the backfield behind him. Now, it looks like Gillen is in position to take the snap with 3 receivers to his right. He's going to tuck it and run, but he goes down pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Broncos. Nothing doing there.
Yeah, so once again, they're bringing the house. They're bringing linebackers. Every time that they see Gillen in that backfield or some kind of offensive set where you can run the ball, they're going to send those linebackers. And like we saw them almost jump off sides, the slot, they were in man, and he almost came from the outside, which is very dangerous.
Would have been a nice free 5 yards, though. Instead, we're looking at a 3rd and 6, and now Jackson Payne returns to his regular spot as the quarterback in the shotgun set. Gilliland out to his right. 2 wide receivers out to his right as well. He's going to hand it off to Gilliland, and there was a little bit of a hole, but the defense filled it up pretty quickly. Decent gain by Gilliland, but only about 2 or 3 yards, going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, so back-to-back run plays to Gillen, not bringing up much on either of those. So I'm surprised, or not surprised, I am eerie to see what they will do if they pass this ball on 4th down.
9:20 and counting on the clock, 13-0. Tigers in the lead, and we will still see the Broncos offense on the field here on a 4th and 4. Payne takes a snap, rolling right, looking for a receiver, has him caught, but it's short of the 1st down line. Oh, that stinks to have a route come up just short, and that's going to give the ball back to the Tuttle Tigers right at about midfield.
So I agree with this play call, letting Payne, like he did on the long 3rd down a while ago, just rolling out to the right, trying to find something open, which he does. But unfortunately, it was a great pickup on Tuttle's defense to stop that.
Definitely a good call, just didn't quite work out. 9:03 is the amount of time remaining in the second quarter as the Tigers get set to take the field once again. 2 offensive possessions so far, and they've scored both times. They'll hope to make another one here, and we'll hope the Broncos can get a stop. Campbell under pressure, rolling to his left. He's getting chased down, and he goes down behind the line for a sack. So hard to see this purple on black. I want to bring to you whom that was. Any guesses from you, Brennan?
No, I didn't see that one, but looking at...
I think it's 22 or 32. I'm pretty sure that's... No, couldn't be Denton Jaggers. He's a kicker. I think that might be Garrett Johnson. I'd love to see Denton Jaggers get out there and make a hit like that. 8.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Man in motion from the left side, and he's the one who'll get the catch from Campbell, but there's a flag down on the play. Might actually be illegal motion, so don't get too worried about the big gain there by the Tigers, Broncos fans. And that is going to be an illegal motion call against the Tuttle Tigers, so that will negate the play as well as move them backwards. Bethany defense definitely needed a break like that.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky that one got called back because he found a gap and shoved it up the field. But looking at Bethany's defense, they stayed in cover 2. Tuttle keeps trying to go back to that one-on-one on their side, trying to find something deep. But Cross did a great job at picking that up and helping out his corner to cover that up as a previous, I would say, a sack.
Definitely a good idea to drop those safeties deep whenever you've got deep threats like Tuttle does on the outside, like C.J. Simon, Zarian Kendall, and a couple other guys too. But they're going to play a kind of tight set here on 2nd and 17 with 8:09 and counting on the clock. Campbell fakes the handoff, rolls out right, and he hits exactly one of the young men I was just talking about, Zarian Kendall, who's made a lot of big plays tonight, and he actually moves the chains for the Tigers after that daunting down and distance from the penalty.
Yeah, Devontae Melton went after the quarterback.
Oh, and they get right back down, 5 wideouts, no time to huddle. Pass is complete, but he's wrapped up in the backfield. Big play there. Wyatt Geisler not allowing C.J. Simon to get anywhere. And so the Tigers try to move the ball quickly, get set, take advantage of the Broncos defense, and catch him off guard, and that does not work out at all.
Yeah, that caught me off a little bit off guard. I was not expecting Tuttle to go on that quick hurry-up offense, but a nice job by Bethany to figure that out and get set.
Tuttle's definitely been getting set pretty quickly, but that was definitely fast for them tonight. 7:19 and counting on the second quarter here. Bethany showing blitz. Campbell dropping back, steps into the pocket, rolling left now, tucks it, and he can run. Gilliland chases him down to the other sideline and pushes him out maybe just before the first down marker. Hard
Yeah,
to
brought him
say.
back
I
to-
think they are going to give him a first down, aren't they? Sorry, go ahead, Brendan.
No, that got them back to the line of scrimmage. They were a little bit backed up off that last play.
See, I'm getting blocked by this column here. I'm thinking he made it past the orange and he got the first down. No. So just pretty much back to the original line of scrimmage for the Tuttle Tigers. 3rd and 10.
I think they're going to stay in the air here again, try and find something deep.
They would be crazy not to, certainly, but I'd be wary of that lateral motion that they like to run as well. 3rd and 10. Campbell fakes a handoff and the play's blown dead. I think we got a timeout on the field. Looks like the Broncos took it. So timeout on the field means we'll take a timeout in the booth. 7:05 left in the second quarter. Tigers on top 13-0. Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here at Bethany, Oklahoma at SMU Stadium for Bethany Broncos High School football as they are taking on their rival, the Tuttle Tigers, in a big 4A matchup. 7:05 remaining here in the second quarter. Tigers on top 13-0 and facing a big-time 3rd and 11 from the Bethany 42. Cruz Campbell in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, a lot of play action tonight. Completes the pass over the left side, and another back-breaking first down on 3rd down for this Tuttle Tigers offense against the Bethany Broncos defense.
Bethany knew what was going on right there. Great game plan for that near side routes, but just falls up short, and they found a gap.
Definitely a bummer. Bethany's been so strong on defense on this drive. They just couldn't quite stop that. Same formation here for Tuttle as they hand off up the middle now, and it's stopped pretty quickly, only about 2 or 3 yards there as the Bethany defense cuts that one off. 6:35 and counting in the second quarter.
This will be a really good stop if Bethany can keep the pressure, stay strong on defensive line, and get a stop and not let Tuttle score.
Good
before
time
half.
for another Wyatt Geisler pick six, let me tell you.
Yeah, we need that.
Once again, pistol set with 2 running backs for Tuttle. 2 wide receivers out to Campbell's right. 6:10 and counting on the clock. Second down, rolling right. Has a man complete. That's C.J. Simon juking our guys out of their shoes all the way into the end zone for a 3rd Tuttle Tigers touchdown. Going to make the lead stretched to 19-0 now with 6 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, that's just defensively for Geisler. That's tough. It was kind of a comeback route with the quarterback scrambling. And that wide receiver for Tuttle is very athletic. And Geisler just got caught with his head down trying to make a tackle. And that's tough. That is a very tough tackle.
C.J. Simon kind of making men look like boys out there, I tell you. So they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here to make it an even 21. Campbell rolling right, has a man wide open.
There he is
Simon again on the left side. And the Tigers will just celebrate and gloat as they take a 21-0 lead. 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Bethany Broncos football, Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number. You're part of the family.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma at SNU Football Stadium here for your Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Philip Rodriguez, Brendan Rodriguez, Jordan Rodriguez, and Keegan all bringing you live football action. We were hoping it would go a little bit better for the Broncos, but lots of game left, 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Tuttle Tigers ahead of the Broncos 21-0. Another big Tuttle kickoff, but this one will actually get to be returned. Looks like Geisler will take it down the left side, juking up to about the 30-yard line. So some of the best field position that we've seen for the Broncos so far this game to start the drive.
Yeah, I think Tuttle, a little squid kick kind of right there, a little high floater, allowing Bethany to take it out and get better field position, like you said. And I am very curious to see if they keep it in the air this play and try to punch it in before half.
5:55 remaining after the kickoff. Broncos starting from their own 29-yard line. Jackson Payne alone in the backfield.
Oh.
And a flag immediately. Is that a false start, Brendan?
It is a false start. Looked like Cross just nudged a little bit, and unfortunately it was right in front of the sideline ref. There's no missing that.
Getting excited. We're trying to jump back into this one. You got to love the kids' gumption, but misplaced enthusiasm. Unfortunately, that'll move them back 5 yards. Makes it 1st and 15 now from their own 24. Looks like they're going to run the same formation. Payne in the shotgun. Looking to his right. He's going to try to run it, and there's just a gang of Tigers to meet him right there at about the 19-yard line. That's going to be a loss.
Looks like Bethany wasn't really ready for what Tuttle has been bringing, like all this pressure on the outside and up the middle, and they were really trying to catch Payne in this pocket and give him pressure.
Seems like, again, I don't know if you would really call it lateral movement, the stunting in that, but going sideways when they're anticipating downhill is definitely, essentially they're getting flanked on the offensive line. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 21 now from their own 19, 5:15 and counting in the first half. Payne in the backfield with Gilliland rolling out to his right and throws back left. And I don't know if it was incomplete. I kind of hope it is. It is.
It is incomplete. Just another decent play call right there. They tried to move Payne out to the right like they did previously on the last drive, and they did pick up a first down on doing that, which is smart going back to it and trying to pick up the first down, but just a tough ball and a good break for the defense.
Garrett Johnson just unable to pull that one in, unfortunately. 5:04 and counting here in the first half. Tigers leading, as it says on your scorebug, 21-0. They have been dominant on both sides of the ball so far tonight. Big time third down, and it's a long third down, 3rd and 21. Jackson Payne facing pressure again, but he has time. He escapes to the left side, going to run for it. Gets to about the 33, and he got shoved. Yeah, pretty good there at the end, but we don't see any flags.
Yeah, good job. Payne didn't find anybody downfield, but he did find a gap and tucked it and ran, and getting hit hard out of bounds.
Tough play by a tough kid. 4:55 remaining, going to take the 3rd and 21 into, what is that, about a 4th? And this chain gang is slow. 4th and about a 9, I think. Do think that Bethany's going to keep the offense out on the field.
You have to. 4 minutes left, and they're going to push them up a little bit.
Oh, we've got a holding against the defense. When did that happen?
I didn't see the flag.
That's a new set of downs. We'll take it.
Yeah, that is what Bethany needs right now.
Somehow we missed the flag, folks. We apologize, but Bethany's now moved up to the 42 with a 1st and 10. 4:55 remaining in the first half, and whistles blow the play dead. Looks like we got a timeout from the Tigers, I believe. So we'll take a little Tiger timeout ourselves, I guess. 4:55 remaining in the second. Tigers on top over your Broncos, 21-0. We'll be back with more Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back in Bethany, Oklahoma at SNU Football Stadium for more Bethany Broncos football. Philip Rodriguez, Jordan Rodriguez, Brendan Rodriguez, Keegan Rodriguez, you're an honorary Rodriguez, Keegan. 4:55 remaining here in the first half. It is 21-0. The Tigers have taken a big lead over the Bethany Broncos, but Bethany has come through with a big break here. A holding call against the Tigers moved them up from what was a 3rd and 21 now to what I should say, 3rd and 21, 4th and 10. Now we're looking at a 1st and 10 from our own 42-yard line here as the Broncos get set to take over. 3 wideouts to the right of Jackson Payne in the shotgun. And under a lot of pressure once again, it's lucky that he can even get the ball out, and it's going to drop incomplete at the feet of Wyatt Geisler.
Yeah, and they're just going to keep staying strong on this aggressive attack on Bethany's offensive line and trying to keep the pressure on Payne.
Pardon me, that's not Geisler, that's Brock Cross over there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 now. 4:51 left in the second quarter. Jackson Payne in the pistol here this time with Gilliland behind him. 3 wideouts to his right. He's going to motion cross and then push him back. Now he motions Geisler. Geisler into the backfield. Hand off to Gilliland. He's got blocks. Positive run from Gilliland, and I think it's going to move the chains.
Yeah, good, really good run play right there. Keeping it on the ground, trying to let a little bit of the clock go down, but picking up positive yardage, like I said last week, is what Bethany needs.
At this point, with how much Tuttle has scored on offense, eating some clock probably isn't a terrible idea.
Yeah, not at all.
It's going to bring up a, they're going to say 3rd and 2. I really thought he got to the first down marker, but big time 3rd and 2, 4:20 and counting in the first half. Gilliland alone in the backfield with 4 wideouts. That's Geisler to his left, and he's immediately wrapped up. Tuttle's defense gets in there again, and it looks like I think that was 21 Jet McCoy for the Tuttle Tigers making a big play, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like Tuttle is finding little gaps in our offensive line and just allowing Tuttle to get through those gaps and keep pressure on Payne and Gilliland, which is tough. Which is tough to hold back.
Ruslan Calderon will come in for the punt, probably looking for a little bit of a pooch punt. Hoping it'll be less poochy than his last one, though. That one only went for about 10 or 15 yards. 3:30 and counting down in the second quarter. Tigers still hanging on to that 21-0 lead as our Broncos search for some kind of breakthrough here. Play getting blown dead. We've got a penalty against the Broncos. Was that a delay of game?
I believe so, and that's twice that I have not seen a flag thrown, but the ball is being moved forward and backwards.
Sometimes they don't throw the flag, even though they call it. It's kind of down to the crew. 3:15 and counting here in the quarter. Calderon is going to punt it, and this one's much better than his first punt as it goes down in the 15, takes a bounce, and they barely get to it, down it at about the 1-yard line. Big time. I think that's Brock Cross.
Nice high spiraling kick.
Note number 4, it's Jagger Weaver. Go ahead, Brendan.
Yeah, no, great kick, allowing it to roll and get down to, I believe that's the half-yard line, 1-yard line. So if Bethany can put some pressure on this Tuttle offense and push them back, they could get a safety, or even better, a touchdown.
That is something, if I recall, that we were able to do against Blanchard last week, was a similar situation, a good punt that was downed at the 1, or a turnover, I think it was actually, and able to get a safety. It'd be huge for the Broncos if they could do it. Campbell standing in the shadow of his own goalpost in the shotgun. He's going to hand off, and they almost got to him. Big hit there at about the 2-yard line.
Gilliland
Gilliland, he's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, he was upset after that offensive series. I could see the little frustration on his face. He was talking to his coaches and his teammates, very upset, and you can see it with a huge tackle putting Tuttle on the ground.
What better way to take out your frustration than to switch over to defense and just hit somebody? Love to see it. 2:35 and counting here in the second quarter. Big time drive here for the Broncos defense. Campbell again in the shotgun, facing a 2nd and 9 from his own 2-yard line, and he's going to call. No,
looked like a timeout.
That did look like a timeout.
It's not.
It's a bad snap, and he falls on it. It's a safety. It's a safety. That could be a touchdown.
No,
I see safety. Waiting for the signal from the officials.
Yep.
It's a safety. Big time play. It's exactly what we were hoping the Broncos could do, and they get themselves on the scoreboard. 2 points is still points.
Still points, and it gives them another offensive series. And I think, as of last week seeing this, they were down, and they got a safety, and they had life. They had electricity after that. With the crowd standing up and pumping in electricity to this team, I think we might see a touchdown here from Bethany, and that is what they need.
A touchdown would definitely get them right back into this game, could potentially cut the lead to 2 scores. So with 2:16 remaining here in the first half, Bethany cuts the lead to 21-2. We'll be back with more Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at SNU Football Stadium to watch your Bethany Broncos hopefully get down the field and score a touchdown to get themselves back in this. Huge safety as we force Cruz Campbell on a bad snap to fall on it when he was all the way back at his own 2-yard line for the Tuttle Tigers. Broncos now get the ball as well as 2 points on the scoreboard. Another big kick from Ogg, but this one is going to be returnable, as I believe that's Geisler who pulls it down, takes it across midfield, and a flag is down on the play. And pardon me, that was brought across again. Those two, they run similarly. It's hard to pick them apart sometimes.
And it is tough to see this dark purple on black jerseys. It's a little tough.
Especially through this middle tinted window. I don't know what I'm doing with my life here. But that's a big play for the Broncos that I think is going to unfortunately be pushed back. It is a penalty against the Broncos, and usually those kickoff penalties, you get a clipping or a block in the back, so that is going to push them back a pretty good amount here. They're going to have a 1st and 10 from the 20, I think. No, from the 35, pardon me. So still decent, pretty decent field position, just not midfield. So we've seen the Broncos able to move the ball. We've seen that they can, I don't know, at least look like they can score, but how can the offensive line keep this pressure off of Jackson Payne is really what we're looking to see on this drive. So they'll set up for a 1st and 10 on their own 35. Jackson Payne with Gillen back there with him, 3 wide receivers, and he's actually got time to throw. He's going to heave it down the middle of the field, and it's caught. That's Geisler. Geisler making people miss. Down the left sideline, and there's a big block. And they're going to call a flag on that one.
It's one of those ones where you reach around and the player's not looking. He's defenseless is what they call it. And it's going to be one of those blocks. The ref was right there, which I do not agree with. They were face to face.
That is a tough situation. It's a tough call to make. It is a safety situation, so they've got to do what they've got to do. And it unfortunately will bring back what was going to be maybe a touchdown. Although I guess Geisler did get pulled down just about at the 1. Waiting on the signal from the officials, but it does seem like... No. They're going to pick up the flag. They're going to wave it off.
Yeah, there was nothing there. There was nothing there.
We'll take that all day. Personally, I thought it was a beautiful block.
Yeah.
But I do understand if they want to make that call, there is a safety precedent with these guys being young guys, but that was a nice block. That was a nice block, and it was a timely block.
Let's talk about that time. You were talking about the offensive line for Bethany all day, Jackson Payne all day. Even though it was a tough pass, a wobbly pass, it was caught and converted.
It's excellent. It was not the prettiest ball, but Geisler came back to it like he needed to, made the catch. Payne eluded the pressure, and the O-line gave him enough time to do something with it. So the biggest concern that we've had so far on offense, especially on these last couple of drives, with that D-line just getting back there right in Payne's face, that has at least been assuaged, at least temporarily. But it looks like it's going to be Gilliland. No. We got Jackson Payne in the backfield with Gilliland behind him in a pistol set. They got about 6 tight ends out to the left. And Tuttle is going to counter that with about 5 defensive players right there basically sitting on top of those tight ends. We've got some discussion with the officials here.
Yeah, it seems like Tuttle's talking to the officials. Not sure what that's about. Can't really do that in high school. But
maybe there's a little jawing down on the field, and the official needs to remind them that they're nice young Christian men. Hard to say. Hard to say.
Still chatting. Still chatting. Not sure what that's about. Let's get this game on the road.
Jackson Payne taking advantage of this time to speak with his offense and look to his coaches as well.
They're still confused.
I am equally confused as well as the officials. Now we're jogging backwards.
I think they're going to call it dead right where that block happened.
Offsides? Yeah, we're all lost up here in the booth, folks. If someone at home could explain this to us, we'd love to hear it. It's going to be a 1st and 10 now from the 17 of the Tuttle Tigers here for the Broncos. Gilliland is back there by himself, going to take the snap and move it to the left. They keep trying to pull him down by the jersey. That's all they can get to the 11-yard line. Big play by Gilliland, about 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah, he was keeping his eyes up, being patient, trying to find a hole, and breaks like 3 tackles right there to bring up a very nice gain to put them into good scoring position.
And even more so, eating some clock here and not letting the Tigers get another opportunity to score before we go to halftime. We're looking at a 2nd and 4 now from the Tuttle 11. Jackson Payne returning to his normal position with Gilliland to his right. He motions Gilliland out to the right, fakes it to the right, and then starts running to the left. He has some room, takes a mean hit at about the 3-yard line, and it's a big play and a new set of downs.
Yeah, just a little fake to the right, quarterback draw. Payne finds some room, gets hit hard, but he's a tough kid and brings up, I think that's a 1st down, Phil.
Yes, indeed, as the stadium announcer lets us know. 55 and counting. We're really just letting that clock continue to tick because we are knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the Tuttle Tigers 3-yard line, and we're going to run another Wildcat set with Gilliland back there, just one wide out to the right. And I think that wide out might be Jackson Payne. Gilliland's going to take it to the left, squirts back to the middle, moving the pile, but not much. Only about a yard on that one, if even that.
Yeah, the clock is still running as the crowd yells timeout.
Crowd is yelling timeout. Yeah, 20 seconds and counting, and I think 19 is where they're going to call a timeout. Honestly, some of the crowd seeming a little frustrated with the coaching staff not calling a timeout until 19 seconds.
Yeah, there was 11 seconds of lost time after that play got stuffed.
I can kind of see where they're coming from, though. 2nd down. You've still got 2, 3, maybe, 1, 2, maybe 3 more downs to score. You want to make sure that you're not giving any time to this Tuttle offense and potentially giving them another chance to score.
And I think this is one of the times, like they showed against Blanchard, and it worked. They're going to show the 7-man, 8-man front, bringing everybody tight, trying to push Gilliland into the end zone.
I think that's the move, and especially when you're only, 2 yards out? That's absolutely the move. Use your power, which they've shown on this drive that they can overpower this Tuttle defensive line, as big and as mean as those guys have been during this entire game. We're going to try to stick with you here on this one. Bethany's got another big game next week. Today was the homecoming game. Homecoming court was actually announced before the game, an unusual move, but I kind of liked it. We could do that and leave the halftime for other stuff. Wyatt Geisler was the homecoming king, and I will be honest, I did not get the young lady's name. I've got the insert here somewhere. We will announce that for you folks here very shortly. I announced it earlier in the game, but we were having technical difficulties. I don't think y'all were able to hear. So, but next week is going to be a home game against Hera on a Thursday. It's the Hall of Honor game. So make sure to set your clock, folks. Next week we're here on Thursday, not Friday. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. They're going to try another run up the middle and maybe a yard, getting inches and inches closer to this goal line. Another timeout for Bethany, and we'll go ahead and take a quick break this time here. Bethany High School football on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma, Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. We are watching the Bethany Broncos take on the Tuttle Tigers. Big-time rivalry here, overmatched rivalry. Unfortunately, Bethany 3-14-1 all-time against the Tigers, looking to claw their way back, or I guess we should say hoof their way back, stomp their way back, kick their way back. 14 seconds remaining here in the first half, and they're going to run that tight set, like we said, Brendan, here on a 3rd and goal. Rolls out right. Gilliland's actually looking to throw, and he doesn't get the ball off. He's pushed out of bounds, and that is going to bring up a 4th and goal. And we don't want to question the play call. Love the play call, but I mean, Judson, man, run it up there. What are you doing? Get in.
Yeah, so what that is he's allowing him to see the field and kind of like a spread option throw. And I don't think Gilliland saw Payne. Payne was open. He moved to the left, cut it back to the right, and was open in the middle of the end zone. But, we're not on the field. We can't see what Gilliland was seeing. And he just runs right out of bounds.
It was tough. He had a lot of Tuttle Tigers up in his face. 4th and goal now from the 5. 7 seconds frozen on the scoreboard. Bethany trying to add to this 2 points that they picked up on a thrilling safety play earlier in the quarter.
A lot of confusion on this drive, I'm not going to lie.
I was going to say, it looks like Bethany, I thought they were about to take a timeout again, but I don't know if they have any timeouts remaining.
And they moved the ball back again on this drive. I think that's like the 3rd time they've done this.
Very confusing. Another 5-yard penalty. Is that delay of game?
I don't know, but they are going to go for the field goal and try to get some points on the board.
So it does look like instead of, taking the 4th and goal and leaving the offense out there, we'll go ahead and try to kick for 3 points, get a 21-5 game going into halftime here. Looks like Denton Jagger's out to take the kick. Or pardon me, is that Griffin Tarrant? I believe that's Griffin Tarrant. Snap is good, hold is good, and kick is good.
Nice kick.
That's going to make it 21-5. Bethany increasing the cutting the deficit a little bit more in favor of the Broncos. 5 seconds remaining in the first half. 21-5, Tigers in the lead. We'll be right back with more Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium here for your Bethany High School Broncos football team against the Tuttle Tigers. Rivalry game. 3-14-1 is the record, though, for the Broncos, and they're trying to add a number 4 to this one, but it's been tough sledding. Last drive ended in a field goal when we were just inches away from scoring a touchdown, literally inside the 1-yard line, but it is what it is. 5 seconds remaining in the half. Nice kick all the way into the end zone as C.J. Simon catches it and keeps that clock frozen on 5 seconds. So now we see, given how aggressive Tuttle has been on offense, you got to think they'd probably do something to take a shot here unless they really just want to knee it out.
I think they'll either throw something down the field and out of bounds just to run the clock out, trying to stay safe. Being up in a game as much as they are, you're going to see something safe, as they are in victory. Not victory. half formation.
It is technically the victory formation, even if the victory is not assured any way yet. So that is going to bring us to the end of the first half. Bethany Broncos still in this one, but definitely under a pretty steep deficit. It is technically 2 scores, though, 21-5. 2 touchdowns, 2 conversions. You're right back in it. So we're going to go to halftime here, hear from some of our sponsors, hang out, do some things, eat some popcorn, talk to your family, do what you got to do, folks. And we'll be back later with more Bethany High School football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
You may take the field for halftime performance.
What?
for over 70 years. We're a fourth-generation family business that understands what it is to make your car buying experience an easy one. The next time you're in the market for a new pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, call the name you've trusted since 1954. Tippy, Fort Lincoln, located 20 minutes west of the metro on Interstate 40. In El Reno, experience a Tippy family difference. Tippy Ford Lincoln is proud sponsor of Bethany football and the Tippy Smith Memorial Scholarship. Tippy Ford Lincoln has donated over $22,000 in scholarships.
Yeah, he played for the Titans.
In the last 15 years. Also sponsoring the halftime is
Titans right
Mercy
here.
Athletic Training.
All I played was preseason practice squad.
Season opener, he's waiting for your kid to get a shot.
Then he went
And
to
one play
play.
and bam, he's close waiting in the ER for a broken rib. No one likes to wait, especially when your child's in pain. With Mercy, orthopedic walk-in care, just walk in, scan with a pack specialist, and move on. No appointment is needed.
This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Back to you here on the Oklahoma Sports Network in Bethany, Oklahoma at SNU Football Stadium. We are here watching your Bethany Broncos football team take on the Tuttle Tigers football team in a pivotal 4A Division II matchup. A lot of playoff gumption on the line and just a lot of bragging rights because this is a rivalry matchup where Bethany has been overmatched through the years and is hoping to even out that record a little bit more with a win tonight, but they do have a steep hill to climb. Other than their defense and a field goal, they have not been able to score. A 21-5 deficit on the scoreboard here as we come back and get set for the kickoff from Calderon. Phil Rodriguez here with Brendan Rodriguez, Jordan Rodriguez, and Keegan the Honorary Rodriguez as we get set to kick off a second half of football where we hope things can go better for the Broncos. And they like to do that fake stutter step onside kickoff move. Tuttle was ready, maybe even expecting a possible onside kick, but they drop back into regular kickoff return coverage now. And we are underway here in the second half in Bethany, Oklahoma. Calderon kicks it out the back of the end zone, and another touchback. It is rare to see any touchbacks on kickoffs in the high school football, especially in Oklahoma. We've seen majority touchbacks on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, both sides have got great kickers, especially for Bethany. Like I said last week, he's able to supersonic laser beam those kickoffs, which are pretty impressive.
Line drive kicks, and there's just no hope of fielding them.
Nope.
They're just poof right out the back of the end zone. So sticks Tuttle way back at their own 20 to start. Cruz, Campbell, and company have had no problem moving the ball on this Broncos defense, but the defense is full of vinegar here, hoping to do something as Campbell hands off left side to the running back there. That is, his name is Long. Rounceville Jr. picks up about 6 yards on that one. It's going to make it about 2nd and 4 now from the 26. And Bethany's defense has seen a lot of push from the defensive line, but needing to fill those gaps maybe more with the linebackers. 2nd and 4 here for the Tigers. Broncos showing blitz, and they might have jumped off sides on that one. No, false start against Tuttle.
Yeah, that's kind of the momentum Bethany needs for this first drive in the second half. Just making them fall start, pushing them back, and it's going to make them have a tough second down.
Mental mistakes are really important to something that you can really take advantage of.
Yeah.
Really important to momentum for the other team. That's a great way to start the half for the Broncos to get Tuttle to move backwards. So negates a lot of that positive yardage they got in the first place. 2nd and 9 now. Motioning his receiver out far right, and now motioning another receiver from the left, and he pitches it off to him. That's number 11.
The ball's out.
Brady McAdoo, and the ball is out, and the Broncos have it! You love to see that. We needed a big-time break.
That was Wyatt Kiefer on the recovery for Bethany.
Wyatt Kiefer, number 19, coming through in a big way for the Broncos, and just like that, this game is not over. If we can get a touchdown here, it's a one-score game.
Yeah, in the first half, right before the half ended, actually, was a tough series for our offense. So a little bit of redemption on this drive, a little bit of electricity that
Huge
needs to be
redemption.
shown.
Definitely exactly what the Bethany defense has needed. That and the safety have really helped them overcome some really rough early drives where they just got run over. So 1st and 10 from the 19 of the Tigers here as Jackson Payne runs with it. And we may have an injury, unfortunately, after that play. No?
Fortunately, he does get up, but it looked like it had to be. He took a wrong step, and I think it was a little bit of his ankle.
That was
kind of fell down.
Scary moment for a second. I was a little worried about him.
And we've seen a lot of Achilles injuries in today's football.
Golly.
So glad that's not what that was.
Truly, truly. Yeah, he looks to be fine. Jackson Payne walking it off back to the huddle as we are looking at 2nd and 10 now. From the Tigers 19, great field position starting this drive in the red zone. The Bethany Broncos here, 10:30 left to go in the third quarter. Fresh new quarter counting down. Man in motion from the right side, and the play is blown dead. Delay of game against Bethany. And that's another delay of game penalty. We've seen several against the Broncos tonight.
I think it has to do with after the play, getting to the ball a little bit quicker. They're a little bit slow to getting to the ball, not getting the play quick enough. And I think that's the problem.
Surprising, though. You've got that big play clock right in front of you. You almost wonder if maybe there's a delay between the two clocks, but
I'm not sure.
Looks like it's solid to me, folks. 10:23 on the clock, 2nd and 15 now for the Broncos. Jackson Payne takes the ball rolling right, and he takes a vicious hit for a huge loss. Big-time sack there for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that number 11, Brady
McAdoo, he's been a bad boy on both sides of the ball.
Oh yeah, they've have been stunting him on the outside and the inside. Showing he seems to be some kind of strong safety that plays down and blitzes all the time, and really giving Bethany's offensive line some trouble.
His name is pretty familiar to me. I believe that he's been a stalwart on this Tuttle team for a few years.
Yeah.
I was calling Bethany games as a color commentator a few years back, and that name is sticking out to me. I remember him wreaking havoc on us before. So it's a second and extremely long, third and 25. Payne under pressure gets the ball out, and it's caught. Wyatt Geisler dragging the feet inside the 20. What a catch.
You could call that a dirty dancing toe tap right there to keep it in bounds and pick up, I believe, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Swayze reference. Look out. That is going to be a big pickup, not enough for a first down, and there's some yellow flags down on the field once again.
It did seem like Bethany's crowd was pretty angry at the call.
Well, they're
while
clapping
the play was
now,
going.
And we're moving towards the Tuttle Tigers end zone. I think that's a fresh set of downs, whatever the call was.
And that is what Bethany needs on this offense, to push a touchdown here early in the first.
We will take the big breaks all day, but at some point we've got to call a play that gets us into the end zone.
I agree.
So we've got 9:29 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 now. 1st and goal, from about the 8-yard line. Man in motion, that's Geisler as he motions into the backfield, and he takes the ball. He's under a lot of heat, and he's going to go down for a loss.
A lot of confusion it looked like a tight end pulled off of the line to block, and that was Garrett Johnson. He didn't pick up a block, didn't see much, and that caused that backfield tackle.
It's going to bring up now a 2nd down and goal from about the 10, maybe the 11 looks like. 8:55 and counting here in the third quarter. Bethany down 16, hoping to get into the end zone here for the first time tonight. Gilliland alone in the backfield. Late substitution on the right tackle there. Man in motion from the left. It's Geisler. Gilliland going to take it up the right side. He has a hole. He's up the middle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Judson Gilliland. The Broncos score.
And that is what the Broncos needed early in this second half, being in scoring position. Who else would we give it to? Gilliland.
Who else but that guy? Big score. Puts it to 21-11. Be a smart play to go for the 2-point, but they might just want to take the extra point, just get another point on the board.
They look like they're going to send out the kicking team, but a little
trickeration, and we're going to pick them up.
Yep.
I think if you look at the chart, it really, the classic 2-point chart tells you when to go for the 2, when to go for the 1. I think if you're looking at a 9-point deficit versus an 8-point, you want to cut it to that 8-point.
You definitely want to go for it, especially this early in the second half. Might as well go for it.
Jackson Payne in the shotgun with Gilliland to his right, as well as 3 wide receivers split out to his right. Motions one of them to his left and then rolls right. There's all kinds of defenders in the end zone, but they can't cover the receiver who catches it for the 2-point. I believe that is Lane. Right? Is that our guy? Garrett Johnson. Garrett Johnson, the tight end, making a big catch in the back of the end zone for a 2-point conversion, and it's a 1-score game. 21-13, Tigers on top, but the Broncos trotting back. Bethany Broncos football, Oklahoma Sports Network. Back in Bethany, Oklahoma, here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium to watch the Bethany High School football Broncos take on the Tuttle High School football Tigers in this pivotal 4A matchup, and it has been a barn burner down here. Tuttle roared out to a 21-0 lead, and it was looking pretty auspicious for your Broncos, but now the Broncos have answered a safety, a field goal. Why not a touchdown while you're at it, and a 2-point conversion to ice it on the top? It's a 21-13 game, one-score matchup now as the Broncos get set to kick it off. Calderon and co doing their little fake bum rush at the ball. One of these days they're going to do that, and they're actually going to onside kick it.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you do it, and then fake it out with something new.
Film study can't save you with that one. Calderon has been hitting long line drives all night, and it's another one. That one didn't touch the ground till it was out of the end zone.
Now that was a huge kick. That is something you put on your highlight tape and show it to D1 colleges. That was a boom.
I don't want to assume, but if this kid does play soccer, I bet he can hit it from the midfield. Man, that is nasty. What a leg he's got. So that's going to set up Tuttle once again way back at their own 20. 8:33 remaining in this third quarter. We've only had a few minutes go by, but we've had a lot of action. Tuttle turning the ball over on a fumble. Bethany turning that one into a score, grabbing the 2-point. And now here we are, 1st and 10, Tigers from their own 20. Campbell rolls out right, has a receiver, and I think it might have been dropped. I'm not sure if that was complete. Does look like he made the catch. That's going to be CJ Simon, who has been a thorn in our side all night.
Yeah, so thus far, Evanson Malaska has been covering number 5 for Tuttle and has done pretty good.
For the most part, certainly in this second half, he's been covering CJ Simon quite well. Run to the left just a little bit past the 30. That might have been enough for the Tigers to grab a first down here. 7:52 and counting on the clock. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers after the run on their own 31-yard line here. Clock down to 7 and 30 seconds. Handoff up the middle. Has a lane, pushing people over. That's 27. Once again, Rounceville Jr. running over our Broncos defenders. He's looking really maybe even better in the second half than the first half, unfortunately.
Yeah, they've shown that they can run the ball in this second half this far, and Bethany needs to adjust.
Basically establish the deep passing game, then the run. Fakes the handoff here. Campbell under a little bit of pressure. Throws right. Has a man, but it's overthrown. And the receiver, Kindell, cannot pull it in. He's been a dangerous one tonight also.
Yeah, so more confusion from the wide receivers from Tuttle, showing these crossing routes, showing these little bubbles from the backfield, and luckily it was a bad throw because it could have ended up being a touchdown or a long first down conversion.
Kindell has definitely shown he can make people miss once he gets a catch in space. It's a bit of a tight formation here for the Tigers. I think it's a wildcat formation. They've got McAdoo back there, and he sprints.
Ooh, ball's
to the
out!
left side, and he fumbles again! That's another fumble for McAdoo. Bethany players indicating they have it, waiting for the signal from the official.
I think Tuttle's got it.
I see arms pointing both ways.
And they've got it!
Get out of the
They've got it!
It's another fumble recovery for the Bethany Broncos. Brady McAdoo puts it on the ground again. We'll take that all day.
Just as Notre Dame fans say, pull down the lightning from the sky, and that's what Bethany has done. You can hear the electricity right now after recovering that fumble.
Brennan, we don't talk about Notre Dame in my booth. No, I'm just kidding. Great play. Another huge defensive play from the Broncos, and that'll give the ball back to them here. 6:59 left in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Bethany High School football on Oklahoma Sports Network. And we're back here in Bethany, Oklahoma to Bethany High School Broncos football. Big time games call for big time plays, call for big time players. And there's been some big plays in this one for Bethany. We forced another fumble from Tuttle Tigers receiver Brady McAdoo. And we're once again set up in Tuttle territory after a turnover. 6:59 left in the third quarter. Jackson Payne alone in the backfield with 3 wide receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to take it to the right and pitch it. Oh, no. They tried to run an option play. Payne tries to pitch it, and now Bethany puts it on the ground. We'll see who has it after the scrum.
I think this time Tuttle does have it.
It does look that way, unfortunately. Still some in the crowd arguing that it was a forward pass. Do see the officials indicating it is Tuttle football, but we've got some frustrated fans in the crowd. No? Is it an incompletion?
It could be. The argument is that it was behind the line of scrimmage, and they're trying to figure out if he actually gained possession of it. And they're going to call it incomplete.
I think that's the right call if the ball is moving forward, even if it's behind the line of scrimmage. Yep, and so that is going to be, very luckily for the Broncos, correctly ruled an incomplete pass. You can exhale on that one, Broncos fans. 2nd and 10 now, after what was almost a scary turnover. 6:57 on the clock remaining in the third quarter here. Jackson Payne in the pistol with Gilliland behind him.
Our slot man's wide open. I'd go there.
He does seem to be uncovered. They're going to run him in the flat.
And they
Payne
do.
Stares him down and then throws the ball over his head. That was Seth Griner, I believe.
Yeah, so good play call right there. Griner came out to the flats as crossed his face, and he actually was open in the middle of the field with a little slant route, but overthrown ball bringing up 3rd down.
That is rough. Not what we wanted to see after this great field position. 6:52 on the clock. 3rd and 10. Big time 3rd down.
Tuttle might throw the house right here.
Once again, we've got a receiver uncovered on the left side. Slant over the middle. Payne was looking for him. That was Geisler, and he can't connect.
So just like last week, we were talking about, got to make sure you catch the ball before. Looked like he was a little bit scared of being hit before the play, but
got to catch before you run.
Yep.
6:48 left on the clock, and we will trot the punt team out here. Probably the smart decision. Calderon has shown off the leg tonight on kickoffs. I believe 3 out of 4 have gone out of the back of the end zone. Actually, I could be wrong. He might be 3 for 3. I'm not sure he had a kickoff that didn't go out the back of the end zone. Some confusion at the line of scrimmage as we get ready to get set. Play clock is not yet running, so no fear of a delay of game foul for your Broncos just yet. Earlier punt pinned the Tigers all the way back at their own 1, and the Broncos were able to get a safety. Calderon gets that one off, little pooch kick.
Grab it.
Bouncing. Coverage team gets on it, and it's another huge play by the Bethany Broncos punt coverage team.
No.
Oh, no, they're going to say he touched it in the end zone. They got to ruin our fun, don't they?
That was Garrett Johnson doing an NFL college-level play, jumping into the end zone. Looked like he actually had it and pulled the ball back. That was a cool play, even though they didn't get it.
Leaping into the air. So aerodynamic. Good try, but that will give the Tigers possession at the 20 when we come back. 21-13 the score. 6:38 remaining in the third quarter here. Bethany High School football, Broncos on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part.
Back at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for the Bethany Broncos high school football team, taking on the Tuttle Tigers football team. Tigers taking over at the 20. So many T's. And they run the ball up the left side, pick up about 4 yards there on that first down play. 6.5 minutes and counting remaining in the third quarter. Broncos went down 21-0 early and have crawled back from the pit that they'd kind of dug for themselves under that score, and now it's 21-13. Second and 6. Another bad snap, and they have to fall on it behind the 20-yard line. That's going to be a big loss and a lucky break, honestly, for the Tigers that didn't turn out worse.
A lot of miscommunication and frustration on this Tuttle offense we've seen in both drives, ending in a fumble and now a live ball that was caught by the quarterback but just dropped.
And that will push them back pretty far here. 3rd and 10. Shows the scoreboard, but it's more like a 3rd and 11 from the 19-yard line here for Cruz. Campbell takes the snap. Offensive line goes down pretty quickly, but it's a great throw and catch. I think that's CJ Simons over here. That's Kindell again, Zarian Kindell, pulling down the ball and getting a big first down
and
for the Tigers.
A Bronco goes down. I think that is number 21.
Oh, no, Geisler would be big loss. Looks like it might just be cramps. It is hot and humid out here. Don't want to generalize or guess about injuries or anything like that, but we are hoping that it's nothing too serious. Let's see. We'll go ahead. We'll take a quick break and step away for just a moment here. Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here in Bethany and SNU football stadium for the Bethany Broncos football versus Tuttle Tigers football. And we had an injured Bronco down on the field, but seems to be walking to the sideline of his own volition. So everything looks like it's all right here. We're going to be looking at a 1st and 10 for the Tuttle Tigers from their own 39 after a big pass play to, I believe I incorrectly identified it as Darian Kindell. I think it was actually, might have been Brady McAdoo. In any event, 1st and 10, new set of downs now for Tuttle as Campbell hands off up the middle, and he only picks up a couple of yards there. Sean Rounceville Jr., the bell cow back for this Tigers offense, has mostly been just sort of strangulated on these carries up the middle, although he does pick up about 3.
Yeah, it seems like Tuttle is staying down on the ground game in the second half, trying to get something different, but they are lethal in the passing game.
That is something to be scared of, though. If you keep cheating those safeties up, they will go over the top. Campbell handing off again. Left side, he's making people miss, rumbling and stumbling. A new set of downs again. Rounceville, man, when that guy gets going, he gets going.
Yeah, Bethany's having a little bit of trouble making tackles. He didn't go down right there. A couple missed tackles on the line.
4:39 and counting on the clock. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Another handoff to Rounceville, and he swallowed up pretty quickly this time. Only about 1, maybe 2 yards on that one.
Yeah, staying down on this ground game is pulling our safeties up, and that's what they're trying to do. And you're going to have to expect a long shot, some crossing routes from Tuttle.
Yeah, it's making me nervous here, Brennan. A lot of deep threats on the field for these Tigers. We've seen C.J. Simon and Zarian Kindell make people miss.
There's been a lot of referee chat tonight.
A lot of confusion. Yeah, a lot of guys down there standing around with hands on hips and the play clock not running. Officials will come over and talk to the coaches here.
It looks like they're looking down in the end zone, looking at something, but I don't know what would be.
It might be, maybe there are some issues with the play clock. Maybe not displaying the correct time or not working in tandem with something that the officials are looking at.
Yeah, it sounds like they're talking about the time on
It would explain some of the earlier
clock.
delay of game penalties where we were
Yeah.
both sort of confused. So here we go now. Confusion worked out. 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. And blown dead. We got a flag down the play. Going to be a false start. Going to move the Tigers back 5 yards to the Bethany 43.
So after the technical difficulties here on SMU Stadium, it kind of ices their offense just a little bit and makes the offensive line a little bit jumpy, and they fall off. Excuse me.
Understandably so. Yeah, it seems like now the play clocks aren't running. Oh, no, they are. But it did enough to ice them. I think you are correct here.
The head referee is looking up here like he's very upset at the clock.
Oh, yeah, I think the clock was supposed to be running, and the clock was not running. 4 minutes and counting. Tigers handing off. Rounceville around the right side. Tripped up, making people miss. And they'll finally bring him down. Should have been a 1 yard loss. Ended up being about a 5 yard gain.
This guy's not afraid of anything. He just puts his head down and just trucks along and keeps moving his feet till he's brought down.
He turns his legs like Bo Jackson or something. It's really impressive.
He's high stepping.
Yeah, Rounceville Jr., the junior. Love it. Junior running back and linebacker for the Tigers. Our Broncos have had their hands full tonight with him. Big time 3rd and 7 here, 3:20 and counting on the 3rd quarter. Game getting down into its final 15 minutes. Crowd in SNU Stadium getting loud. Man in motion, CJ Simon. He's been dangerous tonight.
Oh, no.
They're going to take a deep shot. He has a receiver, and it's caught. That's McAdoo. Left side, big touchdown, and the crowd goes silent.
They've done that plenty of times this game. They keep attacking that one-on-one with their fastest wide receiver, number 5. And that's just something tough. Just got outbeat. Our corner got outbeat on a long, deep pass on a 3rd down.
Yeah, I knew C.J. Simon and Zarian Kindell were deep threats. Brady McAdoo shown that a little bit tonight, but mainly more as a running threat. That's, I believe, his first touchdown catch tonight, and the extra point is through. So now it is a 28-13 game. Tuttle in the lead here with 3:02 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back with more Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back at SNU Football Stadium here in Bethany, Oklahoma for the Bethany Broncos football team taking on the Tuttle Tigers football team in a 4A District 2 rivalry matchup. It's been a heck of a game. Tuttle storming out to a 21-0 lead. The Broncos cutting it back to 21-13. And now the Tigers score on a long pass from Cruz Campbell to Brady McAdoo. And now we're going to get a nice run back from Malaska on the Bethany Broncos up to the 27. So the Broncos hoping to answer back here now that they're under 28-13. Brendan, the clock is running after the kickoff.
Oh, no. It's still running, folks. Still
this is
running
something
down.
that we've been observing. We don't want to talk badly about anyone's job, but they've had some difficulties with the clock tonight. Running at times when it shouldn't, not running when it should be running. So hopefully that is something that they can eventually get resolved.
And it looks like the Broncos are going to lose about 30 seconds.
Yep.
In this quarter, and nobody notices.
I don't understand what just happened. That's wild. They just ran about 40 seconds off the clock. 1st and 10 here. Payne's going to give it to Gilliland, who basically gets back to the line of scrimmage and then goes down. And sure enough, yeah, they're really not going to put that back. 2:15 and running, as it should be now after the running play.
Yeah.
But, folks, the clock is not supposed to run after a kickoff. The clock is stopped until the next play runs, and we literally watched about 30 seconds trickle off the scoreboard. might be some time that the Broncos will wish they had back. 28-13, Tigers in the lead, minute 50. Clock running in the third corner. Payne looking over the middle, and he had a receiver, but it's batted down. Big defensive play. We've seen that a few times tonight.
Yeah.
Tigers' defensive line just getting up and knocking balls down.
So just a good play call right there. Man in motion, which is Gillen off to the right, faking it to him and trying to find somebody right where those linebackers were. Just batted down.
Going to take a page out of Tuttle's playbook here. Get right back up to the line. 3rd and 9.
And the clock is not rolling.
Was the clock running? Oh, goodness.
It is
I
not.
would certainly hope not. 1:42 on the clock, not running. Payne drops back, looking over the middle, right to the defender. Oh, goodness. And he has blocks on the return, but he will get swallowed up at about the 21. Not what you wanted to see from the Bethany Broncos offense. It doesn't put a nail in the coffin by any means, but man, that is a demoralizing turnover.
Yeah, Payne was scanning the field. He had plenty of time in the pocket, and he had a man open just by a little bit, but just let that ball sail just a little high, and we've seen that a couple times in this game, and definitely last week in Blanchard.
Yeah, that is true. You can't expect a high school quarterback to be perfect, but those balls that have kind of floated on him really have cost the Bethany offense a few times in the last couple of games.
But if anybody can come back, seeing last week, it's Payne.
That's the truth. We scored plenty of points in the second half last week. We still have a shot to do it, but the Tigers are going to get the ball on the Bethany 21 here as Campbell rolls to his left. He's under pressure, and he's just going to throw it away.
Yeah, they're just Tuttle's rolling out to the left side, trying to find something positive, and Bethany does a great job of covering that in the second quarters.
Good coverage and good pressure. Definitely something that we have to do if we want to get back in this. If we put pressure on Campbell, he's shown that if he gets uncomfortable, he does things like fumble snaps, etc. Something that we could really use right now. 2nd and 10, minute 26 left with the third quarter. Handoff, Rounceville. Booming forward to about the 15. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 3.
And you can expect the run here late in this third quarter. Kind of got the chew clock on, Tuttle does. And you can expect some handoffs here. So hopefully Bethany can make some stops and shove that trucking running back down.
Could use another turnover here for sure. Maybe another fumble. 3rd down and 4. Bethany crowd getting loud. 50 seconds about on the clock. C.J. Simon motion from the right. Handoff to Rounceville. Swallowed up. Can they bring him down? Yes. And they are not going to get it. Brings up a 4th down for the Tigers.
And that is what Bethany needs. Like I said, they stayed on the ground trying to keep something, keep the clock rolling, maybe punch it in, and Bethany strikes back to that ground game.
Great play on defense from Bethany. Looking at a 4th and 4. And Tuttle's offense is going to stay on the field as they bring in a couple of substitutions. Looks like they are in a run formation for sure. Late substitution coming in for Tuttle on the left side. Receiver, I think that's McAdoo. And Campbell is looking at McAdoo.
Oh.
He's looking in the corner as a wide open receiver. Touchdown, C.J. Simon. The Tigers score again.
See, that is the second time they have run that. They get him over on this right side slot, kind of move the whole offensive line, the whole motion over to the right side, then looks back. And I don't think Devontae had enough time to catch back up to that crossing route, which is, in essence, really not his look.
So frustrating. It seems like there's less field back there to defend, but when your back is up against the end zone, it really can be hard to key on your man.
Yep.
Bethany got a little early motion on that field goal kick. I think they're just going to wave it off, not even call a penalty. So extra point is good as the Tuttle Tigers seem to are starting to, it feels like they're running away with it. 35-13, Tigers in the lead, 9 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll be right back to more Bethany football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back at SNU Football Stadium here to Bethany Broncos football against the Tuttle Tigers, and it's starting to get a little rough here. Tigers are in the lead 35-13 after another touchdown. They're going to kick off here, and Brock Cross is going to return it up the left side past the 25 to about the 26. That's not Brock Cross. I'm so sorry. These numbers are so hard to read. I think
that's number 4, Jagger Weaver.
Yeah, that's the guy who made the big down on the punt earlier in the game that ended up leading to a safety. So he has been making some big plays tonight. He's going to take the ball out to the 27 to set the Broncos up with decent field position. They are really needing a score. The game is not over. We still got another quarter to play, but a 3-score lead is really, or a 3-score deficit, I should say, is pretty difficult to overcome, especially when you've got to get at least 1 2-point conversion. But, hey, we've shown we can score, and we can score a 2-point on top of that. So don't count out your Broncos just yet. 3 seconds remaining in the third, so they'll have time for one play as Payne motions Gilliland out to the right, and before he can snap it, we got flags down. False start, looks like, against the Broncos. So auspicious beginnings to this drive as we back up 5 yards automatically to the 22.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of false starts in this second half that are costing Bethany.
Definitely been a considerable amount of shooting ourselves in the foot when we've had this ample opportunity to jump right back in this game. It was just a 1-score deficit when we came back from the half, or shortly afterwards. Payne under center, shotgun, throws right, incomplete. Looked like he sailed it over his intended receiver. Going to bring up a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, but that does end the quarter, and we're going to move Fields.
That is going to be the end of the third quarter. So we'll go into the fourth quarter. Broncos needing something big here, but they've had big fourth quarters before. Don't count them out yet, folks. 35-13, the lead for the Tigers. We'll be right back with more Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here at SNU Football Stadium in Bethany, Oklahoma for your Bethany Broncos football against the Tuttle Tigers. It's been a rough and tumble one back and forth. Broncos down 35-13 right now, but getting the ball back at their own 22, facing a 2nd and 15. Jackson Payne in the pistol formation with Judson Gilliland behind him. Low snap, but he picks it up, and that ball got deflected, I think, as he throws it out to number 22. I always forget his name. Garrett Johnson, caught, but only for a few yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and basically 10. 3rd and 8 as they get it a little bit past the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just trying to find something on the outside, seeing if they could sneak something up the field a little bit, but although it was a positive gain, you've got a long 3rd down backed up on their own end zone.
Looking at about a 3rd and 8. Ball on their own 29. Clock is at 11:54 in the fourth quarter here. Basically the entire quarter still left to go. Jackson Payne on this big third down in the pocket, looking left. Oh, and he had his receiver hit him in the hands, and it just squirts out the other side. Going to bring up a fourth down, and Judson Gilliland took a heck of a hit back there, too.
Let's just say Gilliland just saved Payne's life.
Boy.
There was a blitzing linebacker coming fully downhill, and Payne just jumps in front of him and Gilliland just jumps in front of it and did the best he can.
Hey, that's what you do when you're blocking back there covering for your quarterback. Gilliland's just going to walk it off. He's a tough kid, man.
Yeah.
We've seen him take punishment on both sides of the ball, and he just gets up and does it again. He's really an admirable guy.
And a surprising drop from Seth Griner.
Truly. He's made some big plays tonight.
Yeah.
So on fourth down, we're going to go ahead and punt, but the play gets blown dead. More flags down on the field. I think it's going to be a false start against the Broncos. That's going to back them up from the 29 to the 24. Make a fourth and long.
Just not the start that the Broncos are looking for in this fourth quarter.
It's really gone downhill after that initial scoring drive and the turnover early in the second half. The Broncos have really just fallen down, and mental mistake and bad break, and they've just sort of all stacked on top of each other. So another line drive punt here from Calderon, going to be fielded at the 39 by McAdoo, making people miss. He's fast.
Oh, no.
He's powerful. He's going down the right sideline, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown, as Tuttle pretty much is going to put this one away with that score. That's brutal. That's going to make it 41-13. Tigers in the lead. McAdoo has fumbled twice tonight, which has given the Broncos a lot of scoring opportunities and a lot of scoring, and they scored 11 points off of those two fumbles. Unfortunately, they've allowed significantly more points to McAdoo than they've scored off of him.
Yeah, just somebody you don't want to punt the ball to. He is a fast kid, very, very fast kid, and that's just tough to stop, especially on a short punt coming back into your face. That's tough.
Well, we've still got a lot of game left here. 11:31 remaining in the fourth quarter, but the Broncos are down big to a big rival. Tigers ahead 42-13. We'll be right back with more Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here in SNU Football Stadium to the Bethany Broncos football game against the Tuttle Tigers. It has been really rough sledding, especially in this fourth quarter. Tuttle jumped out to a 21-0 lead. Broncos came storming back, especially courtesy of a big Brady McAdoo fumble early in the second half to make it 21-13. And then Tuttle's just put on the punishment. Since then, it's 42-13 with 11:22 left in the game. Still quite a bit of time. Game's not over till it's over, as Yogi Berra kind of once said. But this one's not looking great, is it, Brennan?
Not so far. Just the morale is really low, especially on the stands and the sideline. This offense has been struggling a little bit for the duration of the game, and they're going to need a little bit of a spark. They need some positive yards, and they need, just somebody out there that can move the ball.
I will say, for what it's worth, most of these fans in the stands have kept their butts in the seats. Gillen's going to be back there on the Wildcat formation, takes the ball from the 38 to about the 42. He's back there with Devontae Melton, the big running back, linebacker, one of the bigger dudes, listed all the way up at 235 pounds, definitely one of the big men. We've tried some kind of power running with him a little bit in this game. Hasn't really worked out, but against a big front like Tuttle, I guess that shouldn't be super surprising. I do see some new players out there for the Tigers. The good news is if they're playing some backups, maybe it's going to be easier for us to score. You know, we'll take it. Gillen still back there in the Wildcat formation. Looked like he thought about throwing to Geisler out to the right, and instead he squirts up the middle.
Oh, go ahead.
It was like they lost him, and he stays on his feet inside the 30. Judson Gilliland, Superman, keeps doing it.
Oh, what a run. Way to stay up. And he's even saying, let's go, let's go. He's pumped up. He has not left fight, and it goes to show after shedding 2 hard tackle attempts on him and pulling up a great gain for Bethany.
He knows that there's plenty of time left on the clock for the Broncos to put some points up. He's happy to be the spark. Jackson Payne back out now to receive the snap. Melton behind him. Gilliland to his left. So 2 running back set. Going to hand off to Melton. Oh, and they almost took the ball away from him. Melton said, no, that's mine. Took it down to about the 25. Nice run by Melton.
Yeah, great pickup. They're going to stay on the ground, I think, for the rest of this drive, mostly, and just try to pick up a score late in this fourth quarter.
I do like it in that it's working, but I worry about running that clock down. We've got a long way to climb back from.
Need a couple more big plays.
This is a 4-score deficit. I'm not talking about the Lincoln speech, folks. Gilliland in the shotgun on the Wildcat formation. He's going to run it through the gap on his right. Didn't even get back to the line. That's going to be a loss of about 1.
Yeah, he had a hole, but Tuttle's defensive line barely got him. Got him by his jersey and pulled him down.
9-10 and counting down on the clock here for the fourth quarter and the duration of the game. Tigers with a big 42-13 lead, but we are in scoring position here. 3rd and 7 for the Bethany Broncos. Gilliland in the shotgun set in the Wildcat set. He's going to run it. Has room. He almost fell down, picks it back up and takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Judson Gilliland.
Great play right there, and he seems to be a little tired after that drive. They just handed the ball off to Gillen, but showing fight, very tough kid, and just a really good score to show pride for your school and just that you have no fatigue.
Boy, yeah, he looks exhausted, though. Let's give that kid a break on the sideline or something. Where's his Gatorade? 8:44 remaining in the game here, and the Broncos have put a score on the board. It's 42-19 now, and they're going to look to score the 2-pointer, make this a 21-point game. I see Gilliland and Payne back there, but I would not be surprised at all to see them stick with that Wildcat. No, it does look like Payne's going to get the snap on this one. 2 receivers out to his right. Throws it, and it's just all kinds of messed up. Tipped several times.
It was a good throw on his outside shoulder, but just can't keep up with it.
Looking for, I believe that was Garrett Johnson. Couldn't bring it in, but hey, Broncos get into the end zone on a great Judson Gilliland score. Makes it 42-19, 8:44 remaining in the fourth quarter and the game. We'll be right back. More Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma, to Bethany Broncos football here at SNU Football Stadium. It's been a tough one for the Broncos, but they've still got a shot, and they, especially if they can play offense like they just did. Judson Gilliland scoring from about 30 yards out on the last play to put a touchdown on the board for the Broncos. 2-pointer was no good, but it is a 42-19 game. Let's see, that is 23 points. So still a 3-score deficit that they're under, even though they were not able to get the 2-point.
Yeah, pretty smart idea to put that last scoring drive on Gillen's back. You know, he just put it on like a backpack and said, let's go, I've got it. We need a score. Morale is low, but, like I said, it's good to score.
He took it and he literally ran with it.
Yep.
Bethany getting set to kick off here, doing their familiar Stutter step fake onside kick. Once again, not a real onside kick. I wouldn't have been surprised if they'd actually tried it there. They could probably benefit from recovering an onside kick quite well here. Dangerous returners back there, and they're going to pooch kick it.
Oh.
Sort of a squid kick, a little bit of an onside attempt. Didn't really work out. All that's going to do is give Tuttle good field position. They're going to take over at about the 36.
So the play call there is they're not wanting to give it to a number 11's hands yet again. So a little bit of a shorter pooch kick, kind of a, we called that a deep onside kick, if you will. So keeping it out of his hands is definitely what you want to do.
I do understand that decision, but at the same time, I'm not sure if we've seen him return a kickoff yet.
Yeah.
I think all the kickoffs have gone out the back of the end zone so far.
Right.
8:43 remaining in the game as the Tigers take over from about the 35. They're going to run it with Rounceville, and he's going to go down immediately. Loss of about 1, if not 2.
Yeah, great stuff for Bethany. Right at the line of scrimmage to stuff them to second down, and I guarantee you Tuttle is going to stay on the ground for this drive and just try to chew that clock.
I believe that was Devontae Melton able to close that gap and get the tackle. The big man at the middle linebacker. They call that the Mike, folks. Mike's in the middle. Will's on the left, the weak. Sam's on the strong, the right. That's how the big football hosses call it. But we got 2nd 12, 8:04 and counting down. Pistol formation for Campbell. He'll hand off to Rounceville again, who goes down after about 2 yards.
Oh, yeah, he had a lane right there. Luckily, he got tripped up by his own lineman and kind of fell down for a couple yards. But
I wondered who tripped him because it didn't look like it was any of our guys.
Yeah, it was the pulling guard, number 56 for Tuttle, that kind of tripped him up. He was late to the pull.
The pulling guard. 7:38 remaining in the fourth quarter. Tigers up 42-19, facing a big-time 3rd and 8. The Broncos faithful have kept their butts in their seats, cheering on their Broncos. Campbell takes a snap, looking left for McAdoo, rolls right, has a man, it's Kendall, doesn't catch it, incomplete, 4th down.
Yeah, great series for Bethany's defense right here. Stuffing the line of scrimmage, getting pressure on the quarterback, making him roll out, try to find somebody new, an incomplete pass.
I could be mistaken. We don't have a stat keeper yet, but I believe that's the first time Bethany has forced the Tigers to go 3 and out tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like you said, I don't know what the stats is on that, but just a great job by Bethany's defense.
What the stats is my favorite sentence that you've ever said.
What the stats is?
Yeah.
Well,
what the stats is, y'all?
It just came out.
Well, that's what we're going to do. When we have a stat keeper, that's how we're going to ask him what the stats are available. Nice punt there by Tuttle. It's number 7, Ty Hudson. And it bounced out of bounds just a little bit inside the 40, I believe. So it looks like we're going to have some pretty nice field position. Oh, goodness. Pardon me. Inside the 50. Looks like we're going to take over about the 45. So the Broncos are going to have great field position when we come back here in just a moment. 7:06 remaining in the fourth. Tigers up on your Broncos 42-13. We'll be right back. More Bethany football, Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here at SNU Football Stadium in Bethany, Oklahoma. Bethany Broncos taking on the Tuttle Tigers. 42-19 is the lead for the Tigers, but the Broncos have the ball back. Gillen's in the shotgun, rolling right, looking to throw. He heaves it. He's got an arm, and it's incomplete. But we've got flags on the play. Could be pass interference on Wyatt Geisler.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a push-off, but they both had hands on each other.
We'll see what the call is. The fans are happy, but we haven't. Yes. We are going to have pass interference against Tuttle. That's going to be a big break for Bethany. That's what we need right now.
Absolutely. That's going to shoot them across the 50-yard line, putting them into Tuttle's side. And I don't know if they're going to keep it in the air. They could keep it on the ground, but with only 7 minutes, excuse me, I think they'll air something out like they just did with Gillen.
I like the fact that we're keeping them on their heels, not letting them get comfortable. Just because Gilliland's back there doesn't mean we can't still stretch the field vertically. He's going to stay in that quarterback position with Melton out to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Melton's going to lead the charge on the blocking. Gilliland takes it out wide. We've got a flag down on the play as he goes down about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a hold against the Broncos. That is a killer.
Yeah, that's just something you don't want after receiving a gracious penalty for you. You just don't want to
shooting yourselves
shoot
in
back.
the foot.
Yeah, you don't want a penalty right after that.
So we'll move the Broncos back from the Tuttle 40 all the way back now to a little bit behind the 50. 6:53 on the clock. Mathematically speaking, technically speaking, plenty of time to score 3 touchdowns. Definitely have seen stranger in this crazy game of American football.
A long first down to go.
Remember, folks, we're the only country where we call this football. All right, that's the end of my international pretension. 6:40 and counting on the clock here. 1st and 20 now for the Broncos. Jackson Payne's going to throw it, heaving it towards Wyatt Geisler, and the double coverage. Thankfully, the ball falls to the ground. Almost could have been intercepted.
Yeah, Payne got hit pretty hard. He was looking on the one-on-one, but the safety came down and batted it down. And what a good Samaritan with the head referee that helped Payne up after that big hit.
Oh, I missed that. That's lovely to see.
Absolutely.
Sportsmanship. Pass it on.
Good guy there.
All right, I'm being a little too irreverent here, folks. It's getting late. I'm old man, need my sleep. 6:33 remaining here in this game and in the fourth quarter. Tigers up on the Broncos 42-19. Broncos looking at a 2nd and 20 from the 50. Geisler in motion right to left. Drops back, looking left, sails it.
It was a strike though. He put some he put some spin on it trying to find the out route, but it was covered well and just a little bit too high. Can't come down with it.
Jackson Payne been zinging some mustard bombs down there. Great arm, but a lot of those powerful throws have unfortunately been a little too powerful to connect with the receiver. Looking now at a 3rd and 20. A drive that started with promise, now looking pretty rough. Payne is alone in the backfield. He's under a lot of pressure, and he goes down fast back at the 42. That's going to be 4th and impossible as the clock nears 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, it looked like the line, they had some kind of shift to the left, and Payne was looking on this one-on-one yet again, and 2 guys just came untouched.
I really do still feel that the score betrays just how close this game has been. Tigers at 42-19, it sounds almost like a blowout. There has definitely been quite a bit of pulling away from them in the second half, but Bethany has been right there chomping at their ankles the whole game, just achingly close, if not for a few mistakes and a few not bad calls or wrong calls, but calls that didn't go our way. You know, we might not be looking at such a large deficit, but as it stands, it is 42-19, 6:15 and counting to go in this game, and the Broncos will punt this. First, I guess they're going to talk about it a little bit, maybe decide if they want to throw a Hail Mary or something. 6:09 left to go here in the game. 42-19 is the lead for the Tigers. We'll be right back here with more Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium to watch the Bethany Broncos football team take on the Tuttle Tigers. It's been a rough one here. Bethany was looking like they were about to storm back, but it is 42-19, 6 minutes to go in this one, and Bethany is punting. Calderon punts it inside the 20, goes out at about the 15-yard line. And solid punter, solid kicker, Calderon. He's been doing it tonight.
Yeah, just a nice high spiraling kick that hits the ground and rolls out of bounds, luckily not in the hands of number 11 for Tuttle.
6 minutes exactly on the clock. 42-19 is the lead. It is a pretty large lead, but looking in the seats here on the Bethany side, haven't seen a lot of people leaving. Have seen some people leaving, ready to go home after the deficit is mounted, but most of those people are not the ones that we've been seeing sitting in the bleachers underneath us since before the game. So kudos to the fans for sticking it out and supporting their Broncos as the Tigers hand off to Rounceville, breaking free up the middle. He's shedding tacklers. They try to steal the ball from him, and they nearly do as he goes all the way down inside the Bethany 40 to about the 38. What a run.
I don't know what is on his skin, but Bethany cannot tackle this guy.
He's slippery.
I don't know.
Strong and slippery.
Got a good foundation. Can't bring him down. He just keeps running. That was like 10 yards when they first met him.
Really did not think that was going to turn into about a 40-yard gain, but here we are. 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Tigers looking at a 1st and 10 from the Bethany 39. Fans still sticking it out for their Broncos. Handoff Rounceville again. Met again. Didn't quite go down. Finally did.
That was running back to running back right there as Gillen puts some pressure on him and tackles him in the backfield.
If someone's going to be able to actually bring that guy down, I feel like it's going to be Judson. That makes sense. 2nd and 10 as Rounceville pretty much gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Clock running. We're down to 4 minutes, 50 seconds. And I keep checking. We still got purple Bethany butts in seats, folks. These people don't leave until the clock says 0. 2nd and 10, 4:30 on the clock and running. Rounceville running to the right, making people miss like he keeps doing, and then gang tackled after a gain of about 2.
Oh, a little bit
extracurriculars.
Extracurriculars right there.
Don't like to see
that word
that.
Too well.
Clock continues to count down, 4:20 and going here.
Yeah, and you can expect Tuttle to stay on the ground, just trying to run up that clock, not let anything get into the hands of Bethany. But that is what Bethany would need, if so.
A pick 6 could put you right back in this one.
Yeah.
Truly. Getting under the 4-minute mark now. We're down to 3:55 and counting. 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. They're going to hand off to Rounceville, and he goes down. Met up the middle. Didn't get it.
Uh-oh.
And a flag on the play after the play.
Not sure what that was, but Gillen hit him hard.
Hopefully there's not any scrappiness or extracurriculars. We'll see what the call is here. Personal foul against Tuttle.
Yep. I think that was after the play.
Well, we will take that all day, folks. So that's going to be free yards for the Broncos. 3:42 left on the clock. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Broncos. See where they're spotting it here at the 48. So Broncos will have, 4th and 7 for the Tigers at their own 48. And it's not 4th and 7. It's just we haven't had the scoreboard updated. All right, now we've really got it. 4th and 20, 3:42 remaining. Tuttle almost surely will punt here. And wouldn't you know it, he does everything. McAdoo's back there to punt.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see a
Hopefully
short
not a
kick
fake.
here. Yeah, he has the speed to do it.
Clock running. It's at 3:30 and counting down. McAdoo takes a snap.
Oh.
Nearly blocked. It's a good punt, though. Caught at the 15. Jukin, and he goes down about the 20. Was that Cross?
That was Cross.
He's the punt returner. He's had some big ones, but that one he can't do much with. It gets about to the 20.
And looking down at the
3:15
sideline,
remaining. Go ahead, Brennan.
Gillen shaking his head. They tell him to stay out of this series. We don't want you hurt. And he is disappointed.
You can understand that kid is definitely a competitor. If there's an opportunity for him to be on the field, he wants to be on the field. But honestly, probably a smart decision.
Very smart decision.
He's been rode hard and put up wet tonight, as they used to say back in the old days.
Yeah, and they also take a couple guys out. Number 5 for Bethany, Seth Griner, they take out as well.
Not a bad decision.
And that looks like the backup quarterback as well that are coming out.
Oh, yeah, we got a new guy here.
Can't really see the number.
Gosh, it is so hard to see the numbers. I remember having this trouble last time I was covering Bethany football here. A nice handoff up the middle, going to get to about the 23.
That is Brody McLaren.
Brody McLaren, number 17, sophomore. Brody McLaren coming in a quarterback. Yeah.
I was reading number 8. Is that number 8 or 17?
Man, it's, purple and black.
I think that's number 8.
Might be number 8.
Yeah.
There isn't a number 8 on the roster sheet. How do you like that? Mystery quarterback. He's a man of mystery, number 8. Brody McLaren is probably who it is unless there's a 17 on the sideline. Number changes happen quickly. Don't always get updated. So we're going to have another handoff here, right side, making people miss. Shooting out of a tackle. Is that Geisler? That's 19. 19 with the carry. That is Wyatt Kiefer. Sophomore Wyatt Kiefer. Showing a little shake and bake. So definitely getting some of the younger guys in. Getting them some action here as we close in on the 2-minute mark. Tigers leading 42-19. Bethany getting a look at their next generation, perhaps, of elite Broncos football players. So that one actually got a new set of downs here. Looking at a 1st and 10 now from the 30. Handoff up the middle again. That's going to be Kiefer. Pretty much gets it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to do it on that play. Minute 40 on the clock and still counting down as we near the end of this one.
Yeah, they're just going to stay on the ground and just kind of, let those guys get some experience, run the clock out, and finish this game.
Jagger Weaver in the backfield. I thought I saw number 16 also, which unfortunately that's also another fellow not on our roster sheet. Shotgun set here on 2nd and 10. Handoff to Kiefer, left side, tripped up, and he goes down for a loss. Powerful, strong running from Kiefer, definitely showing off some good legs, but just couldn't quite get around the corner and turn it into a positive gain.
Yeah, just trying to get something outside and, try and get some positive yards. He had the heart, he had the try there, just kind of fell up short.
Brings up a 3rd and 11 as the clock hits 40 seconds. There's a good chance this may be our last play of the game. Kiefer out in the shotgun along with McLaren. And McLaren's going to tuck it and run to his right. Swallowed up pretty much at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and I believe they'll probably just let this one roll out.
Yep, clock at 20 seconds. Tuttle players look like they're celebrating. And I think that is going to do it here for us, folks. So your final score, it was a brutal one, and the rivalry will continue to be lopsided in favor of the Tigers. 42-19 is your final. A hard-fought game from the Broncos, and especially Judson Gilliland, who I would give my Player of the Game award to simply for the gumption and the power that he displayed on that last touchdown drive for the Broncos. He's the heart, soul, engine, and brakes of this team. I mean, he's just everything.
Yeah, I mean, he never lost fight. Tough kid. You could see a couple plays that he would just run, or tackle, kind of slow to get up, but every single time he got up. And he shook it off and was right back, rejuvenated and ready to go. So hats off to that kid.
Well, tough going here tonight for Bethany, but they'll be back next week, next Thursday, remember, to face off against Hera in the Hall of Honor game. That's October 17th, Thursday at 7 p.m. Mark your calendars. It is a Thursday. But that'll do it for us here. Phil Rodriguez, Brennan Rodriguez, Jordan Rodriguez, Keegan Rodriguez, just because we've had a good time here, even though the score was not what we wanted. Your final score tonight as we check out: Tuttle Tigers 42, Bethany Broncos 19. We'll see you on Thursday, folks. Have a good night, drive safe, and